Sir, could you please introduce yourself to our readers?
Thank you. Jorge Luis Telles. I'm the promotion director for the Cancun Convention and Visitors Bureau, promotion and marketing director.
Some tourists are very focused on questions about their safety and security in Cancun, Mexico. Is Cancun a safe place to vacation?
Completely. Basically, I will start by saying that I'm moving to Cancun because I was living in Mexico City, and I moved into Cancun to decide to have my children there and to raise my family there because it's a very safe and beautiful place. And I can tell you that even that Mexico is facing some problems right now in terms. The problems we are facing is that the president is on a campaign facing the problems of the narco traffic, the narco dealers. But that is something very specific that has nothing to do in the case of Cancun. There are specific areas in Mexico that right now are a little bit difficult, the situation and security, but that's not in all of the rest of Mexico. Gracias. And in the case of Cancun, I can tell you for sure that we don't have, thank God, any problem in that regards. The kind of activity we have in Cancun is completely different. So everybody's looking after the security of the tourists and the visitors. Therefore, we don't have any problem in that regards. And people can visit Cancun and they can feel comfortable and they can feel secure.
Is there anything new and exciting about Cancun this year? Do you have a new slogan for Cancun, for example? Well, about your promotions.
We do have something in terms of marketing and promotion, what we call Cancun and the Treasures of the Caribbean. Basically, that is to say that your experience when you come to Cancun, or the added value of deciding coming to Cancun, would be that you will have at the same time the treasures of the Caribbean. This is basically Contoy, Holbox, Isla Mujeres, and Puerto Morelos. That together with Cozumel are the treasures of the Cancun island. And just coming to Cancun, you will be able to visit all these places that are just around Cancun, and that will be the added value versus taking the decision to go to some other place in the Caribbean. Because if you go to other places in the Caribbean, they just have one place and that's it. Here you have 7 places together. And in terms of new things on the destination and these treasures of the Caribbean, we do have, for instance, according to the Mayans, the calendar, one of the Mayan calendars that they have, it ends on the 2/12. So there's a lot of information going around back and forward if on the 2/12 where it's going to end or not. The dimension is huge according to what the Hollywood people are doing with films and that. The reality is that according to the Mayans, on 2/12 we are ending, the world is ending a phase and we are entering a new phase. So the original unique calendar where the Mayans postulated that 2/12 is the end of the phase, you will be able to see it in a place near Cancun that is called Coba. So apart from that, we have, for instance, the very new underwater museum. There are 420 statues that are sunk 7 meters below the rise of the water. In the beautiful Caribbean Sea, you will be able to visit and either dive or snorkel above them and enjoy these different sculptures that belong to people that is living in Cancun. So different people were gathered by these artists. That is an English sculptorist, that is Jason Descaides, and he sculpted these different statues. So that's one of the things that you will also be able to do. And if you come in any time between, let's say, May and November, you will be able to swim with the whale shark. We have hundreds of whale sharks hanging around, or you will be able to see pez vela. I mean, there's so many things to do and enjoy that definitely, if you come to Cancun and the Treasures of the Caribbean, would be the best choice for a holiday.
Do you predict growth in the Cancun tourism market this year?
Well, we predict growth as every year. Basically, in South America is becoming huge for us. Now we managed with the new rule on migration terms that the government finally heard the trade and understood that we needed to make it easier for the tourists to be able to come along to Cancun or to Mexico indeed. And now we are growing a lot in all those countries that require a visa. They still require a visa, but there's an easier way to do it. Now the government put like a temporary visa or a tourist visa. That is to say that you don't have to go any longer to the embassy or to the consulate, but you just hit on the website, and during 20 minutes after filling in the form, then 20 minutes later you will get an answer back from the Mexican authorities if you are allowed to enter Mexico. And then you just go straight ahead to the airplane and jump into the flight, and you don't have to do anything else.
Yeah.
That's for one trip. If you are willing to have a Mexican visa for 5 or 10 years, then you have to go to the embassy and you will have to face an interview that they will do, as the same as they do when you are trying to get the USA visa. And you will be, if you're entitled to the visa, they will give you a visa for either 5 or 10 years.
USA visa also?
Yes, yes, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And in this case also, there's another thing that is working very good in order to bring these tourists that used to require visa before. As far as you have a USA visa valid, then you will be able to enter Mexico without any visa process. Because for Mexico, if you have a USA visa, that means that you pass through a filter already. So if it's good for the US, the passenger is good for Mexico.
Even if you come from Europe, if you have a US visa, no.
It's like the Russians right now, for instance. We are growing really, really fast on the Russian market. In fact, after this event, we are going into the Russia event, to Moscow, because we are experiencing a lot of growth from the UK, from the Russian market and the Ukraine market. And the reason is that they don't need, as far as they have an American visa, they don't need to process any other visa in Mexico or with the Mexican embassy. So this is good because now we are having these new markets growing very fast. Still, the USA market and the Canadian market are the number one markets still for us, and they are growing. Not with the numbers that they used to grow before, because obviously USA is doing a lot to keep their travelers at home. They are doing a huge campaign to keep, for instance, the spring breakers, or to keep the families in the destinations they have in the US because of their economy. So that's why we have to go out and see new markets.
You live one of the paradise in the earth.
Right.
Where do you take your family when you go on the vacation?
Well, I can tell you plenty of places, but let me resume it. What I did last Sunday before leaving Cancun. We woke up really early in the morning, and I took my children on a little boat that we have. I took them to the reefs. So we went to the reefs. First we went all the way through the lagoon, like the Chupte Lagoon, down to the mangrove. And you will be on the mangrove seeing these beautiful birds hanging around and all of the fauna down there. There's an area where you will be able to see crocodiles as well. And then you move to the sea and you'll see the reef. So we went out there swimming a little bit on the reef. We saw the underwater museum as well. Then we went back and we have this wonderful, wonderful lunch.
How far from Cancun?
Well, it was just 20 minutes away.
Okay.
Sailing just 20 minutes away. And then we had this wonderful octopus with the day of the catch, a beautiful fish that they cook it for us on a special way down there, Tikin Chick style. And after that, then we went downtown and we were able to do a little bit of shopping down there with these local arts and crafts people. So there are so many things to do on the weekend for the ones that live down there. Some others, they just hang around on the beaches, enjoying the beach, or enjoying the pool at one of the hotels, or going to a nice restaurant. Or if we have some more time, then we go all the way down to Tulum, or to visit Incoba, the Mayan calendar. There are many things to do down there.
So, Senor, thank you so much. Muchas gracias for this interview.
And I hope to see you and all the people that you are bringing this show to, that they could feel comfortable, safe in Cancun, and we would love to have you down there.
Thank you.
Thank you.